Hola, buenas noches, buenas tardes, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Abelardo de la Peña Jr. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, welcoming you to tonight's En Casa con La Plaza. En Casa con La Plaza, as you know, is our 3 times a week virtual programming from our home to yours or wherever you're at, wherever we're at. These are conversations, demonstrations, presentations, and performances. And tonight we're going to have a presentation and performance. Thanks to our sponsors, Union Pacific Foundation and the Institute of Museum and Library Services for supporting En Casa con La Plaza. Before we get started, let me give you an update what's going on at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. We were closed yesterday and today. We're closed Monday. No, actually, today's Wednesday, huh? We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. We're open from Wednesdays through Sundays, 12 to 5. Both of our museums, La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, there at 501 North Main Street, and also La Plaza Cocina, our brand new extension library. Our teaching kitchen and exhibit space. It's all revolves around Mexican food. So that's open as well. It will be open this week and weekend. All of our exhibits are up and running. LA starts here, Calle Principal. These are the last weeks for patriotism and conflict. So come on down before it goes away and we set up the new one. At La Cocina, we open a new exhibit starting this Saturday called Abuelita's Kitchen, which is all about the generational influence of Mexican food. We also have this Friday coming up our first Summer of Salsa concert with the great Ricardo Lemvo y Máquina Loca. We have a dance floor, food, drinks. It's free. Doors open at 6. So come on down. Supporting Ricardo Lemvo will be DJ Super Robbie. So I know all you salseros know all about him. So come on down. We're looking forward to kicking off the Summer of Salsa. All right. Before we get started, now that we're going to start, I'm going to introduce you to Rhythm Tribe. It's a family band made up of a 62-year-old founder, Thomas Guzman-Sanchez, his son, Mason Guzman-Sanchez on guitar and vocals, 23-year-old daughter, Brisa, and family friend, Esau. They're based in San Fernando Valley. They pay homage to their Puerto Rican heritage and Latino culture with a blend of R&B, bachata, and samba, a little genre that they call Latin acid or acid Latin. So with that, let's bring up Rhythm Tribe. Please join us.
Okay. Hey.
All right.
What's up? And it's acid Latin. You got it.
Acid. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
Of course. How are you doing?
So let's we're doing good over here on this side. So tell us who each one of you are, please. Introduce yourselves.
Should we just go right to left?
Thomas Guzman-Sanchez.
It's AKA Dad. Right? I'm Brisa Guzman-Sanchez. Brisa, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just say it right.
Okay.
I'm a singer, or lead singer.
Yeah, her name is Brisa, but it's a freaking whirlwind.
The tormenta.
Tormenta.
Word for my.
Is it more like tormenta?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Mason.
Oh
God. I'm Mason Guzman-Sanchez. I'm the eldest and probably the most handsome of the group.
No, it's just because he has eyes of water. That's it. It's just the blue eyes. That's all he got. I got the personality.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Esau Garcia y soy el baterista híbrido de Rhythm Tribe.
All right.
Directamente de Zacatecas, México.
Directamente de Zacatecas. All right. ¿Y los demás, de dónde son?
Us?
We're from LA.
They're from here.
Oh yeah.
LA.
In Northridge.
From Northridge.
I was born in San Francisco, but I was raised in Reseda since I was 6 months old. And then Esau, Zacatecas.
Yeah, he just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We got a little mishmash going here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, you're a family band, but this family extends even further as far as the musical journey that you've taken. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
You want to take that, or you want me to take that?
You can go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'm taking it. So.
You got it.
Oh God, I gotta talk.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so our family reaches back a good over a century now of musicianship.
Yeah.
especially especially on my dad's side of my family
With the
with
Spanish guitar.
yeah, with what was Rafael Feo, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Feo Sanchez.
You guys
Rafael
have that
Feo
picture?
Sanchez. Yep. Yeah,
Looks
back
so
in
skinny.
1915, I believe it was.
He was a
Mhm.
professional by 1915.
Yep. And then
Yeah. There he is. Skinny as can be.
And then
Just
followed
swimming
by
in that soup.
my abuelo Rafael Guzman-Sanchez. And then that tall drink of water right there is Mr. Thomas Guzman-Sanchez. And
A little
then
different.
that fine one on the
Okay.
right.
All right.
I'm feeling myself. I'm
Stop.
drinking too much.
Chill out.
But
chill
no,
out,
so
chill
yeah,
out.
it's really amazing to be a part of this musical heritage that I wasn't even aware of until I think a couple of years ago when he pointed out that like we reached back a good 4 generations, and he even designed a little tattoo that the two of us got. His saying 3rd and mine saying 4th. So we have our own little nice little
But yeah.
sabor, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely. And like also from leading back to when Rhythm Tribe first started, before we were born, it was cool to just like carry on that musical legacy of just like of the family. It's like, it's kind of like, it's not corny, trust, because the music is dope. You know what I mean? So like, it's a family band, but we're saucy and like we got a lot, like he said, a lot of support. It's flavorful, it's good music. And like the tone, it's cool how like we've brought some of like the old inspiration that was in the original sound of the band and then changed it into like a new hybrid version of like what more of inspiration of like from our generation of music. And we bring in a lot of like, we kind of strip down the music, like the sound of Rhythm Tribe now is a lot more classic and a lot more open, and the instruments are raw compared to all the layers of like previous records that are being laid down, no offense. And but yeah, so like it's definitely, that's the coolest part about being a part of this band. And like this experience is definitely as a family, it's a really, I say, it's not easy.
Yeah, well, imagine there's a little bit of a responsibility
Right.
that comes along with it, because of course, 3 generations before you did have your great grandfather, who was a legendary cuartista. And
Yeah.
what's a cuartista?
Ooh, you
Oh,
wanna take
so
that
my
one,
dad, look, he got so excited. He's like,
Like,
show you my
show
toy. Yeah. That's okay.
It's a 10-string instrument.
Oh,
Wait.
yes, there you go.
It's a 10-string instrument that was
Let me do
invented
this modeling.
just before beginning of the 1900s. And it's like the lead instrument in Puerto Rico. And my grandfather was one of the people who were the pioneers in developing how it was going to work with music. And so that's what a cuatro is. But this is a cuatro puertorriqueño, or Puerto Rican cuatro. And it's because they also have one in Venezuela that's like, I think it's different. It's 4 strings, and it's only strummed. But this one is a Puerto Rican cuatro, and this would be very much part of Puerto Rican culture.
Well, could you play us maybe about 30 seconds worth of the cuarto there?
Oh no, let him rip. He can just, let's just give you guys a little backstory. So every time we're in the house and we're trying to watch TV, we can just pause the TV. You'll just hear this in the background. You're just like, what is that? And he's just walking around in the hallway randomly, just playing.
Whoa.
That's
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. And then after that's your great grandfather, followed by the next generation, which was Rafael Guzman-Sanchez, also a professional player who performed on the radio in the 50s.
Yeah.
And he's talking about guaracha music. What's guaracha music?
Oh yeah, music teacher.
Yeah, he gonna
Take it away.
So there was a style of music that came again, turn of the century, out of Spain into Cuba. And it was part of a comedic theater. And they would do they came up with that. That was the style of music, and the style of theater was called huaracha. And but it's a unique rhythm that that applies. And that, you know, there's ways of playing it. My dad in the 40s invented this way of playing that rhythm. And so my dad made it where the bass, the rhythm, and the top are played at the same time. So that is a huaracha rhythm, and but it's something that my dad created in the 40s, and that we have continued within our music. And we've brought that into by you know, having Esau take that and put a bomba or put reggaeton kind of a pocket.
Realmente lo que hacemos nosotros cuando estamos creando una canción, usualmente Tomás viene con la idea, ¿verdad? Y hablamos, por ejemplo, el ritmo de guaracha, pero en sí nosotros mezclamos todo con otras cosas que nosotros sentimos. Por ejemplo, el ejemplo que acaba de poner Tomás es una manera muy unique de tocar la guaracha. Entonces eso me hace a mí aportar algo diferente que haga un match perfectly con lo que está haciendo Tomás.
All
Y
right.
eso es lo que nosotros le llamamos nuestro estilo, Aston Latin.
Ok, muy bien. Pues vamos, si por favor, vamos a llegar a ese punto. Es que en la Plaza de Cultura y Artes, we talk about history a lot. So that's why I'm kind of delving into the history of your family. So we'll get to that soon. But between here and then, there was another aspect of your family with the first generation or the first iteration of Rhythm Tribe. And who could talk about that one?
Wait, what is the first?
I wonder.
When we started, we had just done the movie. We had just done the movie Salsa. We did a song called "Good Lovin'" in the movie Salsa.
And who was in that movie? If you could just tell us about what era, what year, and who was in that movie?
86, 87. And we got to play, we got to work with Celia Cruz and Tito Puente and Charlie Palmieri, Mongo Santa Maria. It was incredible to be able to do it. And that's when I found out that Mongo and Tito and Charlie were all part of my uncle's band in New York in the 30s, so, and the 40s. It was very interesting hearing the stories, but by bringing that, by doing that song, Good Lovin', I applied, you know, the beginning of what we call acid Latin and bring those rhythms together and apply it to that song. And then from there, because at the time we were called Chain Reaction, we changed the name at that time to Rhythm Tribe. And this is when we recorded the album Sol Moderno. And we ended up releasing that on BMG, a label called Zoo, and toured the world. And we were on the Tonight Show, and it was an incredible experience to be able to do all that. And then albums, when the grunge scene happened, it kind of took anything with a Latin flavor and kind of shoved it way over there.
Oh, yeah.
And because we're dealing in pop concepts, you know, you're dealing with trend. And sadly, the music industry of that time is very much like a hamburger grinder. It just eats it and discards. So from there
It's still
in
like-
93, I decided to, be a dad. My son was born in 95 and my daughter in 98.
Yeah,
And
best year.
we
ever.
evolved into, different aspects of business. And so from that and working, my wife was a keyboard and vocalist. My brother was the bass guitarist and percussionist. And then we had a drummer. And, that kind of went the way it did. And I was strangely working with Bill Graham and touring the world that way. It was really an amazing moment. But 25 years later, I wanted to make music basically with them. And then it kind of evolved, and it was the NAMM show 4 years ago when after the NAMM show, I met Esau, and we're playing guaracha and we're playing cuatro, but this guy, everything that's on our records, all the drums, it's a wooden box. He plays the cajon, but it sounds like a full drum set.
It's ridiculous.
And he had invented his style probably about a few months before I met you, right?
Sí, fue totalmente accidental. Tengo una adicción muy fuerte de comprar instrumentos solamente porque me gusta el color.
Pues por eso vas a NAM.
Una vez que estaba aburrido en casa, noté que tenía muchas cosas muy bonitas alrededor de mí. Entonces empecé a hacer un setup para divertirme. Y así fue como creé mi setup híbrido, que ahora estoy tocando con Rhythm Track. Pero eso fue unos pocos meses antes de haber conocido a Tomás.
All right. Pues antes de seguir al último, pues esta generación, vamos a tocar un poquito. We're going to give our listeners and me just a little taste of what Rhythm Tribe was back in the 80s, where you had a little, like you said, you had some success. Unfortunately, grunge took over, but you actually...
That's actually the 90s. It's 1990s.
90s, okay. Well, here, let's check this out.
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah, you had some moves. That was good. Thank you.
One of my favorite videos.
All right. Well, before we move on, we have here Sara Taboada. She says, "What up, family? Sending love from Seattle. David, Sara, and Tevin."
Thank you.
damn.
Right.
Oh,
And we have, let's see, Sarah Bao. She said, "Beautiful. May I unmute myself and ask a question?" Well, actually, Sara, if you'd like to ask a question, just go ahead and type in the Q&A. We'll ask it for you. And then here on Facebook, we have Jessica Valentin Luna saying, "Mi familia."
hey.
Yes,
Love
Jess.
you.
Oh,
All
gosh.
right. So now let's talk about how this iteration of Rhythm Tribe came to be, please.
All right, yeah,
Go
definitely.
ahead. Mason.
You want me or you want me to talk?
I
or you
can
want to
talk about it.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
How we came to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
how this one came. Oh, hello.
Oh.
There's a dog.
our dog is on the older side and he kind of slips sometimes. So he was like, I was making sure he wasn't about to like knock over the camera. So the way that like all of us came together was basically, well, Mason and I were college athletes, and we both ran track and field, both hurdlers, okay. And it was like, what was it, your senior year or junior year?
I think it's my third year of college.
Third year. So it was junior year. So my freshman year of college. And it was like the only time, what was the first time in a while? Oh, no. we went to the same school. Anyway, so like we were teammates together, and dad was like back out here. We were going to school in Anaheim. And every time we come back, like I remember him playing music and stuff. And then when we finally started like coming back home more often, dad just like went up to us one time, like how I said earlier, playing the guitar, randomly walking through the hallway. And he's just like, walks through the hallway. So you wanna make some music? And I'm just like, I'm over here like mid-paper. I'm in it, right? And I have ADHD, so I'm like mid-thought. And I almost got mad because I was like, whatever I was thinking just went out the window. And I was like, sure. We're just like, sure. And then he was like, and then he went, okay. And he walked out and played again, and then went into Mason's room next door. And he was like, so.
And I was just sitting back watching TV, and he just pokes in, just like, you want to try and do something with music? I was like, yeah, okay.
Like we were just like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, makes you happy. Let's do
So
it.
did you have any musical inclination before that? Were you guys sing? Did you play?
Well, I was in the choir in high school. Yeah. Okay, that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. But I did I always sang as like a little kid, but just for fun and like just listening to like amazing R&B, old school singers and all that good stuff. That's like how, when I started singing. I didn't get training though until like 2 years after starting like after the first time we recorded. That's when I started getting like vocal lessons. But I was a professional shower singer. And, you know, I was paid all the time. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Quick statement.
Oh no.
When I thought that we could record together, it was very innocent. But the issue here was she sang in the choir, but she wasn't the soloist in the choir. So I really only heard her in the shower.
You would hear, I didn't know him and my mom would be like listening to me while I was singing in the shower. I'm like, you know, it's kind of weird.
Well, no, that's when you're most free. That's when you're uninhibited.
Yes. And you know what? It makes no sense because it's like I'm just in a tiny little 4-walled thing in a big old house next to all rooms, and I'm thinking no one can hear me with like a bunch of things like echoing. Like, oh my gosh!
And with Mason, growing up, if it wasn't a video game, he wasn't going to touch it. And I have beautiful guitars all around the house since he was a little boy.
Nope,
wouldn't touch it.
No.
But it was a time over about a 2-year period that I would see him in his room and he'd be playing guitar.
He'd steal.
And one time I heard him playing a song by Eric Clapton that I didn't even know how to play. See You in Heaven.
Tears in Heaven.
Yeah. Is it Tears in Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tears in Heaven. And I asked, that's the first time I walked in, and I said, how did you learn that? And he showed me tabs. And so he basically taught himself to play this with tablatures. And that's when I showed him a huaracha. And I said, do you think you can do that? And after about 25 minutes, he had it pretty darn close. And it's extremely complex.
That's so disrespectful.
And that was the beginning of us. And then when we discovered Esau, that was when it made sense to do it as a quartet and do it as a group. Because when we got in the studio, I have to tell you, I mean, it brought tears to my eyes to hear these guys in the headphones. It's one thing to be in rehearsal and hear all the sound, but when you hear it isolated, it's extremely emotional. Because you say, wait a second, maybe after 25 plus years, you go, maybe I don't know anything anymore. But inside the voice is going, wait a second, I think that's really good. And then after we recorded, I really wanted to say, oh my God, that's okay. They're my kids. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. But, here we are then a year later, and the first release goes number 28 on Billboard. That's when you go, well, wait a second, maybe there is something here that's positive and that is worth building on. And that's what's brought us to this place. And being in our second album, which you're showing the second album, which is called Next Level. The first album was Generations. But it's become so much fun to create with these people and to hear their opinions and also their infusion of what is now and with our knowledge of music. It's just a dream come true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hear a song.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Oh God.
Do we want to play a video?
What song shall we sing?
So
It's weird. It's just going to be on the next album, but let's do it another.
It'll be like a throw. It's like we did a rendition of an old song that they
Just turn your
made.
guitar, turn your seat this way.
Also,
And,
I forgot to even say, but
Sure, let me just read you.
we were Puerto Rican. We're always raised with salsa music in the house. Okay, it was at every barbecue, live music, the whole nines. Just had to let you guys know to the people. Like he forgot to say that, but that was the main drive to like all of this. Because
So here,
it
let's
was
hear
going
from
well.
Jessica Valentin Luna says his favorite memories being in the studio with Uncle Tomas as a kid. His
Oh, yeah.
twins,
Yes.
his twins, Grace and Jesse, are his biggest fans.
Hey.
Love you. I'm gonna see you in a week. I am gonna see you in a week.
So this song is called "You'll Be There," and in Puerto Rico, around Christmas time, they have parandas, which are pretty much musical gatherings leading up to Christmas, and this is a style of music from the island called aguinaldo, and normally it's in Spanish with very dirty stories, but after my father passed away in '89, I wrote this song about the last time we were together. And before, literally, we had lunch, and then about an hour later, I was told he crashed. But so this is about that last night, that last day, and this is ready, you guys?
Hold on, wait, we're trying to figure out. Hold on, because we did not, to be honest, it's not prepared, but I drank tea and I warm up today, so we're good. But let me just think.
Turn your seat in toward me a little bit. Literally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Watch out for the sound.
Okay, so
No, you come in and I'll go up top.
All right.
so first we start. Yeah.
Yes, slow down. Here we go. Like so heavenly. Strange enough, you said it's late, it's time to go. You held me in your arms and you told me you will be there. When the moonlight hits the stars, you'll be there. When my trials teach our flowers, you'll be there. Every time I play this song, you'll be there. And I hear you sing along, yeah, Lord, la 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 la
Beautiful, beautiful. The hearts were blowing up here on Facebook. We have Terry Martinez saying, beautiful song, heart, 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 heart.
Thank you.
We'll take it.
My armpits are sweating, so I put a lot in there.
And Bernice Gallegos, she concurs, beautiful song. It's very touching. It affected you, I'm sure, a lot with the passing of your dad. And I'm sure you carry him with you to this day, right?
Well, yeah, it was amazing because when I had the notion to do Rhythm Tribe, and because it's like I had stopped trying to be commercial or have a record deal, and this is when we developed this style, and the album So Moderno, I got to write one of the songs with my dad, and a guaracha, and I call Forever Mine, and it was such an amazing moment to be able to do that with him. And so every time we do play, it's like he's with us.
Of course, that's the power of music. We have Suzette Beasley here on Facebook with the little heart faces and people are loving what you're doing. So thank you so much. You say this one is one that you're in your upcoming second album. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, oh no, this one would be our part of our third album.
Oh yeah, this is going to be part of the.
Yeah, this isn't in this one. This
the
is
third.
next
We
one.
haven't recorded yet. We're just designing the music for
Yes.
it, and working on
Brainstorming.
promoting the second album. But yeah, so this will be something new for the next album.
It's cooking.
Yes,
Cookies.
that's right. That's cooking in the kitchen.
The caldo.
So tell us how the first album came to be. You were already, the three of you, the family members were playing, and then Esau, he came along, and then how did that germinate, and how did it come together, and what was the result?
I mean,
Talk me to talk about how we kind
yeah.
of built.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. So I would say we definitely pulled a lot of inspiration from the previous iteration of Rhythm Tribe for sure, with some of the songs that we decided
did a lot of remakes.
Yeah, we decided to revamp a lot of the songs and bring it into this little modern style. If
Very
you would.
strict.
Yeah, and then thanks to Esau, he really is the one that was able to just turn it on its head at times and made it work.
Yeah.
One of the songs is was a bolero. I just wanted to play it. So this would be a bolero, but then when Esau got it, And he's the first one that told me that this could be bachata. Go ahead.
Es que realmente lo que pasa aquí es lo que más me gusta de este proyecto, porque puede venir Brisa, Mason, Tomás con una idea. Entonces, pues la idea se empieza a cocinar en la práctica, obviamente, pero se graba y se lleva cada quien a su casa la idea. Entonces me dicen, ok, Esau, ponte a trabajar, a crear algo. Entonces yo voy a casa, empiezo a sentir toda la música, lo que ellos hicieron en la práctica, y básicamente yo tengo luz verde para crear, no hay ningún tipo de restricción ni nada, sino haz lo que puedas, y es la parte que más amo de tocar con Rhythm Tribe, porque haz de cuenta que puedes usar toda tu creatividad para crear algo que vino básicamente de nada, más que de un sentimiento así lejano. Y entonces, ya cuando nos volvemos a juntar de nuevo, es porque ya tenemos 3 o 4 diferentes ideas y tratamos todo y todo se hace una mezcla.
Yeah, it was the best. That was fun. That's like the best part of it.
Exactly.
Like
It's
it's
the best
like
part.
yeah, that's the best part of
Just
it.
love.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
coming together too, like
Exactly.
just like all of us. Yeah, like
Porque
exactly.
estamos hablando de edades. Brisa y Mason son unas personas muy jóvenes con toda la influencia de la música actual. Y nosotros venimos con toda la sexualidad del tiempo atrás.
Es una
He's shaking his head. He knows,
Pues,
he knows.
entonces se hace esa mezcla que yo amo.
Yeah.
Lo moderno y lo tradicional.
el tradicional, sí, y casi toda la música viene de algo antepasado,
Correcto.
Yeah.
Exacto.
Las raíces.
Yeah.
las raíces. Okay. ¿Quieren tocar esa canción? ¿Se acuerdan?
You want to play another one? Another one?
Another one.
You
Yeah,
want to do-
otra.
from the new album?
From the new album, your choice. Just tell us what the song is. Give us a little bit of history about the song, and then let's hear it.
Do you want to do Good Night? We can do one that's more
I can
of
do Good
like
Night.
Okay.
Huh?
No tengo los bongos.
Oh.
It's all right.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So good night.
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right, so-
but rotate your
Oh, yeah,
chair
I got
this way a little bit.
I gotta show our boy
I'm
playing.
gonna do this one is called Good Night. It's
Yeah.
one of our, it's like Mason, well, you can explain it. It's a bachata song though.
So,
Yeah, have it.
I had written this song for a friend of mine who she had gone through a really deep loss, and
Oh, that
she
wasn't supposed to
was
laugh right there.
yeah, that was bad
Sorry,
timing.
so sorry.
But yeah, so she had gone through a real serious loss, and it devastated her, and to the point where she was struggling to sleep at night with night terrors and such. And I wanted to write something for her on like lines of lullaby, really. And I really was inspired by like some like kind of oddly enough meditation music, as well as bachata and stuff. And one night, my dad and I worked together, and we had come up with a song. And oh gosh, I'm trying. I gotta remember how it started.
No, remember it was the,
Oh, yeah,
I thought you
I'm
were
trying
trying to
to remember the
remember
lyrics
what it
right
came from. Rest your eyes, try to sleep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And all
that's
I
how
need to
you
start.
know I'm a fan. I know all the words, guys. I know all the words to this song.
Okay, so but if you listen to this, it's a bolero, but it's un mezcla. You know, it's we kind of turned it, so the feeling of it for my dad would be bolero, but Esau took it and we just kind of turned it. And normally there's bass guitar, but we're just doing with the classicals today.
Mhm.
So ready?
And then if we have time for another song now.
Yes, that time is good.
So we'll just do the first one.
What?
Is your guitar? Yes. Your guitar?
Breaks my heart to see you leave. say good night. Good night. I say good night. Good night. I say good night. I say good night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little impromptu.
It's a little rusty, but
you guys are getting me all emotional out here.
Oh,
you know, we just make a bunch of music you could cry to.
hey,
That's all we do.
hey, if I get the tear, then I did my job.
You did
Thank
it.
you, by the way.
Well, you guys,
If
you
your
know,
family asks us to sing another song later, it's still gonna be sad. We are emotional.
you are. Well, we have Raul Barrios. He's saying cheers from the island of Puerto Rico.
Hey!
Boricua.
Send us-
And Maggie Bustamante is asking any future concerts.
Okay, so right now what we're set up is a concert that's going to be here in the San Fernando Valley for around Christmas time in Warner Center at the amphitheater there. And that is the nearest one. Strange, before the pandemic, we were booked to go to the Jacksonville Jazz Festival. But with the pandemic, everything got canceled.
Everything
I
got
heard.
canceled. All the momentum that was happening just like deflated.
So with the
Sucks.
new song,
Starting from scratch.
our new song is called Moving On, and it's on radio nationally. And so we're hoping from there it'll establish momentum so then we can go out and be a part of the tours that are going on.
Fingers and toes crossed.
All right. Well, we could do a little taste of moving on right here. At least the video that you've done.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
yeah, I'm about to say we're not ready for that. Not ready.
Who does the videos? Who does the concept? Does the production?
Well,
Concepts.
concept is kind of a team thing in terms of concept.
We work together.
Yeah,
But
And
editing is
that's all
him.
there.
I mean, directing is him.
Yeah, directing,
And
editing,
then
all that.
I'm supervisor because
It's true.
I gotta make sure not to cuss, but I gotta make sure shit looking right. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm just there to play.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Well, here I'm going to share screen and a little taste of moving on. Here goes. Nothing there. Not doing. Let's do it again. There you go.
Done with lies you push away. Trying to move on with my life without you. Hear me say, got to let you go, babe. But you're stuck in my head. I know what I gotta do. Things just don't feel right. I wanna be happy.
Happy, happy,
Tired of being blue. I know we're ending. You can't tell me what to say. You can't tell me what to feel. So I'm packing up my bags and I'm walking out the door. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Now it's time to go.
time to
All right.
No longer wasted.
Fantastic. Wow. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it was a really
I
fun
love that song.
and
It's the one
it's
positive one.
it's fun. It's funny how it kind of evolved, honestly, because initially it was actually going to be another slow and actually sad
It's
one
gonna be
too.
a sad one, and we
Because-
were gonna do it.
Because like the day that we wrote it, my dad and I, we were just sitting in the living room, and it was just a windy day, and I was watching as the leaves were floating by, and I just had this thing. I just had this weird idea of just floating.
As the leaves were floating by.
Oh God, leave me alone.
I was like, wow, it's just what a
But-
crisp and iridescent morning. I'm ready for him to say that. And he's all like, and I was waiting for my woman to come.
Oh my God.
Her name was
No.
Maria.
How do you guys ever get any work done?
I don't know. I don't know. But
The help of
Anyway.
wine.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
anyway,
Wine
yeah,
helps.
but like over the course of an hour, it evolved from this very slow and somber sound to it just like lifting more and more and just raising the
Mhm.
beats for a minute, and then it's just like, hang on, this is fun.
Yeah, you guys are doing it.
Yeah,
together.
that was my dad and I, and then we brought it to Esau, and we had no idea what he was gonna do. He pulls a samba rhythm out of nowhere, and we're like, oh my God, that's it.
It totally worked.
Right, you should talk about
And the
that.
way he
Is
does that samba, I've just never seen that done like that on a box.
I mean, what were you thinking, like when you got that music to you and everything?
Ya había hablado con Tomás acerca de una canción nueva y él me había mandado algunas ideas en mi correo y yo las chequeé y pues la verdad solamente noté que tenía casi como un saborcito como de bossa nova o samba por el tiempo que estaban esas muestras. Pero ya cuando venimos a practicar algo, parece que le habíamos puesto un poquito más de azúcar al café y le agregamos un poco más a Brisa, que totalmente sentí que era una samba. Entonces yo le dije a ellos, pues para mí, yo podría tocar algo como samba en esto. Y les a ver, toca. Y lo empecé a tocar y ¡pum! Se prendió. Entonces se sintió rápido que ahí era la idea esa. Y me preguntaron, ¿qué estás haciendo? Dije, pues es una samba 100% casi.
Oh God, it was a fun
Y ahí
night,
se
though.
quedó.
No,
And it was such a fresh idea because we never thought about writing a samba. We thought it was going to be something else.
Yeah.
And then when he brought that, it just fell into place, and there we are.
I loved it.
And that's how that song, the feeling of that song came about. And I just think it's very infectious and so much fun to play.
Mhm.
It's such a unique piece. I mean, if you could see him play it also, it's something. It's really something.
Makes your arms hurt.
Makes
your arms and your hands hurt. I mean,
Well,
look at
your band name is very appropriate. Rhythm Tribe. You bring all these rhythms, of course, all based on Latino, Afro-Cuban, Afro, whatever, and you bring them all together and you mix them up and you come up with something really special. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you
so
We
much.
appreciate
much.
you for appreciating us. You know?
All right. Well, we're at the end of En Casa con la Plaza for tonight. Any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say? First of all, where can people catch your music? Where do you live online?
All right.
You wanna take
So
that?
yes, I will do that. So
Go for it.
dancemaster.com, yes, the whole word and all one word. Dancemaster.com. That's where we have our music for sale. We have our own record,
Distribution.
like our own distribution. So the money goes back to us in order to fund for more music to be made for your guys' pleasure. So please go there to add the songs and download them and, give us a little extra money. And then, just so it doesn't hurt. So there, we're also on Spotify. If you want to get a little sneak peek of the album, it's only up there for a limited time. And then we're also on Instagram at Rhythm Tribe Official.
Mhm.
You'll see updates on there for music videos, for YouTube links. We're also on YouTube. So yeah, you can stay
And
in touch
Facebook.
between YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to get in touch with all three of those things.
Mhm.
And then, am I missing anything else?
No,
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think I got it all.
Yeah.
We did just release a new music video. You guys just saw it. Moving on. We're working on another one right now for We Are the Voices. You guys can check that out on dancemaster.com or get a little sample of it on
Sweet.
Spotify. And that'll be out in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So just letting you guys know.
And
And what else are we missing? Oh, Like Poison.
Like Poison.
Like Poison's
that's-
live
we're gonna
performance.
follow
We have
that.
a live performance that's coming up that we're going to be putting up on
YouTube.
On YouTube
and all
yeah,
across all live stream probably.
exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
for Like Poison, for release of like for the visual of that song, and which is also on dancemaster.com.
All right. Well, I put the link there on our chat on Zoom, also on Facebook. We have dancemaster.com. It's store.dancemaster.com.
Yeah.
And
Store,
that's the store part, but if you
Yeah.
just go to dancemaster.com, it'll be there.
It'll lead you to everything.
Well, you want them to buy stuff too, right?
Well, I mean, always. It's not a bad idea.
Please.
Why not?
It helps us.
I won't be mad at you.
Helps us
Okay.
fund our passion.
I know. This is like our thing. We just want to bring our family dynamic, and like a family is not just who you're related to, it's people that you choose. And you know, Esau is just as much related to us as this fool. Obviously, Mason's not as handsome as Esau, but you
That's
know,
true.
Hey.
No, she got that right.
it's hard to
guys.
work a bald head. But we just want to bring our whole family dynamic and being all together in this group, feeling like we want you guys to feel like you're at our living room, and we want to bring the living room to you guys. We want you guys to feel like family whenever you hear us perform, and we can't wait to sing and perform to you guys live. And we hope that you guys follow us and stay in the loop. And yeah, love you guys.
Thank you so much. No, we love you too. This has been very enjoyable. And really, I could feel the sense of familia that you've brought to just on this Zoom, and I could only imagine what it's like to be listening to you live and interacting with you live. And we can't wait to bring you on. We'll talk about that. See what we could make happen.
Speaking of familia,
Go ahead.
shout out to our cousin Brianna, who was the daughter of one of the original one of the original people in Rhythm Tribe. Paul, yeah. Shout out to Brianna. I love you. Happy birthday. She turns 20 tonight. I'm about to go see her after this. We just gotta let her know. Speaking of familia, you gotta represent.
That's right. Any final thoughts from any of you? Any words of wisdom that you'd like to impart to us?
Words of wisdom? Oh God.
I think the key is life is short, and it's best to take things that are stressful and file it under S where it belongs, and live life for the moment. And that's something that I've been able to experience for the past 4 years with these guys, is being able to wake up and being able to be creative and be business partners and all of those aspects, because it seems like the industry it's so divisive now. It seems like it's so it closes off people. It only allows them to see, formula. And with what we're doing, this is not an intentional approach to be commercial. This is something that is true, and I think that's something that we want to be able to share with everybody. Is follow your passion and enjoy each moment, because life is short.
Even the bad moments always have something good in them. So just make sure, like, when bad moments happen in life, especially when it comes to your dreams, if you just like take a breath and look at it from a different perspective, you'll find something good in everything. So, and always cherish that good moment. It changes your whole perspective and your trajectory for what the next move is.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Also helps with depression. From personal experience. And go to therapy, guys. That's what I have to say. I just got my degree in child psychology. Go to therapy. All y'all need therapy. We all need therapy. Okay, it's so important. It's so important. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Okay, all right.
You got words of wisdom?
No, y'all covered it.
I mean, you look like Jesus himself, so you might as well.
Oh God.
Anyone,
Eat well, sleep well. That's all I got.
Yeah. And then he said, God bless you.
Okay.
Pues
Isaú,
prácticamente estoy totalmente de acuerdo con Tomás. La vida es muy corta, pero hay algo más importante, que es muy bella. So, no hay ninguna razón que estar triste. Hay que disfrutar cada momento que tenemos hasta el último suspiro.
All right, pues gracias por eso. Gracias. Thank you so much to the four of you for being here on En Casa con la Plaza. Let me tell you what's going to happen the rest of the week. We have we're not going to do in fact we are doing an En Casa on Friday, May 13th at 7 p.m. We have Dan Guerrero, of course, every other week with his happy hour. He's bringing on Carmelita Tropicana, a performance artist and activist, live on En Casa con la Plaza at the same time there at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. We have our first summer salsa concert with Ricardo Lenvo and Máquina Loca, along with DJ Robbie. Doors open at 6, and the music goes on till 10. A dance floor. It's free of charge. Bring your dancing shoes. You're gonna have a good time. Next week we have our cooking demonstration, calabacitas con queso y pollo with Lilo Vargas of Huevona Life. On Wednesday, symbolism and surrealism with Linda Vallejo, artist who's presently exhibiting in our exhibit called LA Memo, Chicano artist from 1972 to 1989. And then on May 19th, a plática with las Chicanas en el Movimiento there at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. All of this, of course, is free of charge, and we really welcome you to come and join us. If con eso, we'd like to thank, of course, Rhythm Tribe, our sponsors, Union Pacific Foundation, and the Institute for Museum and Library Services. If you didn't catch this entire episode of En Casa con la Plaza, or you'd like to watch it again, or any of our other sessions that we've done over the past 2 years, they're all on our YouTube page at La Plaza LA, also on our Facebook page at La Plaza LA, and on our website, lapca.org, where you'll find out all about what's going on there at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. Woo! Y con eso, muchas gracias, our Rhythm Tribe. Thank you very much for joining us.
Gracias. I like that.
Love you.
All right, love you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Gracias. Buenas noches.